Let's try using Azure AI Search with the Python SDK. So the first thing we do is that we bring in the Azure Identity Python SDK and also the Azure AI Search Python SDK. And then we authenticate to Azure AI Search using keyless authentication. So now we can create an index in our AI Search resource. So we're going to create an index called Teeny Tiny Index, and it is going to have just a few fields, an ID, which is like the primary key for each thing in the index, and then the embedding field, which will be searchable, and which we've said is actually a vector field with 3 dimensions. And we're telling it to use this profile for the searching. And we define that down here. So here we say that this profile is going to be using HNSW for searching. So HNSW is a very popular vector indexing for very efficient searching. And now it knows how it can search on this field using this HNSW algorithm. So let's go ahead and create that index. All right. Now we can insert documents into that index, and these are just going to be really small documents because our vectors are just 3 dimensions long, and we're just going to throw some ints in there. And here we see that they've been successfully indexed. And then we can search using a vectorized query. So here we're saying, okay, we want you to do a vector only search. So we're just passing in a vector that's similar to those, and we want to know what are the 3 closest vectors, and we want to be searching the embedding vector field. So we do that search, and we can see the results and see that vector with ID 2 is the closest, and vector with ID 3 is the farthest. So that's the basics of how we can store vectors and search vectors. Now, most of the times we're going to be searching much larger indexes that have much larger vectors. So in this example, I'm going to connect to an index that I've already populated for a RAG application that has a bunch of document chunks in it. So here is the name of the index, and my search query is learning about underwater activities. So I'm going to turn that into a vector using the OpenAI SDK. Then I'm going to search using just that vector and ask for the 5 closest matching documents in the index. Okay, so we get back results, and what we can see is that the top 2 answers here have to do with underwater activities. So that looks like it is working pretty well.